Hey everybody, it's CleanDrips again. In the last episode, we finished up Jellyfish Fields. In this episode, we're going to take on the next level of the game, Downtown Bikini Bottom. I am joined again by my friend Trent. How you doing, Trent?
Hello, everybody. This is
You all right?
sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's, but why?
But why? Because they said so. Because I used to work there, in fact. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. And this video is not a Let's Play. It's a now.
Totally,
Okay.
totally. And by the
That's
way,
some
that
big
little
brain language right there.
yeah, for sure. That little Lowe's joke is in no way a sponsorship or an ad, by the way. Please don't, please don't harass me, YouTube. I'm just starting out here. But anyway, here, Trent, we're taking on the next level of the game, Downtown Bikini Bottom. Any particular thoughts about this level?
It's better than downtown Los Angeles, and I should know because I've never been there.
Yeah, that's fair. I actually been to California when I was younger, but don't remember much about it. But yeah, one thing in particular I remember about this level, for some reason, not so much here on the PS2 version, but on the Xbox version, it constantly crashed. If I tried to play it on an original Xbox, the level just wouldn't load. It would kind of get halfway through in the bubbles, and then it would just give me that this disc could not be recognized crap. And if I tried playing it on the 360, it would load like half the time, but it would have really weird graphical quirks, which I hear is just an issue with the game itself, so I don't know. But yeah.
You would think that because the Xbox was the best console out of all the consoles at that time, there wouldn't be much problems, but maybe it's something with coding.
Yeah, you'd think, but honestly, I don't know. It could just be something with the level itself. I'm really not sure. I know, like, squat about designing video games and all that stuff, and all the coding and porting and backwards compatibility, but yeah, I know, at least from what I hear for speedrunning, that the Xbox version is the definitive version of the game. It looks the best, it runs the fastest, it's just good. But yeah, one thing in particular I remember, especially that you can't notice so much here in the gameplay on the PS2, is the Xbox was especially shiny. Like, I don't know why. The robots look shiny, a lot of the textures look shiny, it was just shiny.
That console has, like, textures that would lead into what the next generation of consoles would look like. The way that they look all shiny and the water looks all watery, I really can't explain it.
No, I totally get what you mean. In fact, that recent the Super Mario 64 port, weren't people kind of making fun of that because they made like the carpet shiny and everything?
Well, I just remember that they made a fan-made 4K port. I don't remember specific parts that they would just make fun of.
No. Like, they weren't making fun of it, but I remember when they quote-unquote upscaled it, when they made it in 4K, one of the ways they had the textures is that the texture for the floor inside Peach's castle was shiny. Bowser, yeah.
From his castle.
Bowser from his castle. But I remember them making the carpet. It was shiny, and the carpets aren't supposed to be shiny, you know. And I remember some people kind of making fun of that online. But
the reason why the carpets are shiny is because Peach always loves looking at herself.
Oh yeah, totally. I wouldn't doubt that. That's just the way she is. But we're introduced to some newer robots here in this level too, like the G-Love or the Gull-Love. I never really knew how to pronounce it when I was little, and I'm not really sure if there's a specific way now either. But I always thought this was kind of a funny-looking robot just because it's got all those hands, and I don't know if it's specifically designed to look like an eel or a flounder or something or what, or if it's just that.
It's just designed to slap you. It should have been called the Slapper.
A slapper? Yeah. For sure.
It slaps a monkey.
Slaps a monkey. Yeah, okay, Peter Gabriel.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but I never heard of Peter Gabriel before.
Oh, no, well, he's a music artist. You know, maybe I could...
He would slap monkeys?
No, but he has a song called Shock the Tongue. Shock the Monkey that I remember, you know, kind of reminded me of that there.
Slap the monkey, choke the chicken, hit the ox.
Yeah, all those euphemisms. But,
poke the flamingo.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite, if I can kind of go off real quick here, one of my favorite things about this level in particular here are the little references using the volcano sauce, because I remember that one scene from Spongebob. What's the episode called? It was a season 1 episode where was it just Karate, the one where it's like him and Sandy are fighting,
It's
and
the
he
one where
loses his
Tom
job.
Kenny's face was it's
On
one where
the
Tom
yeah,
Kenny's
on the
face-
volcano sauce, yeah, and I always thought that was one of the funnier references that they made here
Speaking
in
as
this
someone who
game.
listened to the freaking audio commentary with Tom, he talked about how he put on red makeup on his face and he recorded that in the bathroom of a Nick.
Really, you don't say. That's
Yeah.
actually really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love hearing about little quirks and stuff like that happen. There's just
Poor guy.
so many kind of guerrilla ways to do jokes and stuff like that, and it's always kind of funny hearing about it.
I've never heard someone use the word gorilla to describe that. I've only
Well,
heard it
you
for
know what I
people
mean? Yeah, just kind of like ways to do things that are a little
unorthodox.
yeah, unorthodox.
Different.
Yeah, exactly, a little different. Just got to do things as they are. So apparently, in Downtown Bikini Bottom, some of the citizens are so absolutely angry that they can do nothing but sit at a window and lob sinks and couches at you. And the only way to stop them from doing that is to hit some arbitrary button at their doorstep. I don't quite understand the logic of that. Do you, Trent?
They're trying to help you and you're just stopping them. Why?
I don't know. They just really angry, and they have a lot of extra
SpongeBob
sinks
is an
and couches.
independent worker. He doesn't need no woman to save his life. What am I saying?
He's an independent sponge.
Independent black sponge woman.
Hey, it's our old friend Bubble Buddy. What's Bubble Buddy got to say? Okay, this is one line that always confused me. The door is locked from the inside. Who would do such a thing? I never got that because aren't you supposed to lock a door from the inside? Does he mean like it's locked on the inside, or what exactly?
The joke is the fact that you were able to lock the door from the outside, and he was thinking about a reality where they lock the door inside, and it's so horrible because it's so unlike this reality.
I guess so. Yeah, it just SpongeBob just takes place on a another dimension, another plane of existence. Oh yeah, totally. But yeah, but that's one line that's just always confused me so much. The door is locked from the inside. You're supposed to lock it from the inside. That's where the lock is. Like, does it mean, like, locked with a key from the inside? Like, you're not supposed to unlock it from the outside with a, with a little handle unless you're using a key. I don't know.
Actually,
Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe this is making me sound really stupid, but that's just one line that always confused me.
At least you sound funnier than Cinema Sins, and maybe Bubble Buddy was just saying that because he wants to break in, and he's just in awe about how he can't break in.
Yeah, Bubble Buddy's gonna come in and steal your couch.
He really wants your copy of the Beatles record.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, Bubble Buddy, he's what a guy that Bubble Buddy. He's a
60s kid.
Oh yeah. But
except he was literally born yesterday, so he's a poser.
Yeah, for sure. Bubble Buddy's he's a total zoomer, man. He was born in like what year was that episode? Like 2001, something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. But pretty soon here, about to be introduced to one of my favorite characters. Actually, my favorite character from the series. And first we're gonna try to get this little wheel here and realize that you can't just use the little bubble bash as a super jump, at least not without some glitches. But yeah, one of my favorite character from the show, one of my favorite things about this game is playing as Sandy, and I like that this game is kind of an intro level to playing as Sandy, because you get this little tutorial where you kind of learn how to do the jump with her and do the triple jump, the little hover maneuver. And
do you like her because she gives you good representation as a Texan?
That is one part of it for sure. I do like that she was this, tough Texas character, at least in the first few seasons before they decided to just pigeonhole her as this, scientist all the time in the later seasons. But yeah.
Why wasn't there an episode where Plankton and Sandy just compete to be the better scientist?
That's actually something I never really thought about. That would actually make for a really interesting episode. That actually I wouldn't have minded using the whole scientist thing.
You call yourself a scientist? You're from the South.
Ooh. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a reference. Maybe her being a scientist is a reference to like Texas Instruments, or I mean, I guess the whole thing with her having a rocket is probably like Houston, we have a problem, something like that.
It's something about her that I do not, dislike inherently.
Yeah, for sure.
Because what's better than having a GF that can kick your ass? A GF that can kick your brain.
And is from Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, she's just always been one of my favorite characters, and you know, like I think the only thing I don't really particularly like with her is her combat because she does like the chops and the kicks, and I mean that's fine. But I guess I always just preferred SpongeBob's move, the you know the bubble spin, just because it felt a lot more practical since it's like a 360 kind of thing. But Sandy's definitely fun to play as, just for the hovering and hooking onto those Texas trailer hitches alone.
How does she look in Rehydrated?
She actually looks pretty good. You know, she's looked probably the best that she has in recent years, because one thing that I remember bothering me so much was I remember we mentioned before that other Nicktoons game, Battle for Volcano Island, and I remember her model in that game was so it bothered me so much as a kid, particularly because what now?
Did it look like a Muppet?
I don't know. I don't remember it looking like a Muppet, but I remember her face looking plastered on. Like it looked like, you know how like yeah, exactly. Like this isn't a you know, a mark against that game at all. But you know how like in Hat in Time, the faces are just like images on top of a 3D model, pretty much.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's kind of like what she looked like, but it just really bothered me, and it was a huge downgrade from this game where her face is fully modeled.
Was it like a crusty picture on there?
A crusty picture? It was probably pretty crusty playing on my PS2, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
I heard the only Nicktoons games I played was the Nicktoons Unite game, and I only played like the Danny Phantom level.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit of the next one. Shit.
Yeah. But here we are with our first Golden Spatula as Sandy. You know, again, you finish that whole little tutorial section with her, and it kind of really gets ramped up in this next section of the level, because one thing I sort of noticed with the game is that every level or so, every world is kind of split up into 3 different sections. You'll have kind of an intro section of the world, then you'll have one kind of middle part, and then you'll have a final portion. I don't know, that's just something I always kind of noticed as a kid, but this is sort of the second part of the world, where you're flying around on all the rooftops as Sandy, and you know, for some reason, you know, here's Larry on his you know, his rooftop.
He's pointing to his nipple, saying, "This is my 3rd nipple that I use to eat cheese."
You don't know. Maybe lobsters have a secret 3rd nipples somewhere. Maybe they have, you know, secret nipples in general. Hey, Sandy.
Gaze into my nipples of the future.
Apparently, all he can do is flex. Interesting.
That's literally the only thing this guy is good for.
All I can do is flex. You want to see?
Check out this crazy comb and this crazy copy of Game Informer 2009.
Copy of Game Informer? What, do you think Larry the Lobster is a gamer? Would he be a Twitch streamer?
No, he's so wood. He's so wood, but nobody would watch him because he's not a girl.
Well, all he can do is flex. You want to see?
He can flex, but that won't make him have sex.
Oh my god. So Larry the Lobster is the ultimate incel.
I will incel you this product.